Hello, welcome to Cloud 24 Services, and this is the mobile responsiveness segment of this particular tutorial. In case you're just joining in, and of course you don't have access to the source code of the desktop version of this particular project, this mini project. All you need to do is click the link in the description of this video, and of course it takes you straight to the source code of what we have so far. Download the source code, open it in your code editor, and we're good to go. That way you can easily flow with this particular tutorial. Let's get into it. So the very next thing I want to do right now is to work on the responsiveness. Let's work on the responsiveness. Let's go. As you can see, if I right click and I try to inspect, all of these are like this, which of course is not perfect. I don't like what I'm seeing. Okay, this is not cool. All right, so how do we deal with this? I'll show you. So for the responsiveness right now, I'll just come right here. Okay, at media, is that medis? Jesus. At media, only screen, and so I have maximum screen should be, or maximum width rather. Maximum width should be 850 pixels. Just follow me. 850 pixels. So, what do we do next? It's very, very easy. But first thing you want to do right now is to hide these guys. You know, when you come right here and you visit any website, the moment it's on mobile, all the navigations disappear, right? So that's exactly what's supposed to happen right here. All the navigations should disappear. But there's something we need to do before we continue with this media query. Okay, what are we going to do? I'll show you. Let's come right here. Let's go back to the HTML. Just before this header, we'll come here and create an input. Then that input will have a type checkbox. Okay, then we're also going to give it an ID. Of maybe checker. Okay, let me maybe checker. Yes, this is perfect. Okay, now also just before you close the header, just before the header closes, right, come right here and then introduce label. The same label you use for your form, right? Introduce label. Okay, then this for, just come right here. If I were you, I won't type. I'll just come right here and copy this. I'll copy this just to ensure that I do not make any mistake. Copy. Yeah, copy. I'll copy this checker. Then right here, this for, I will paste it right here. Why? This label is going to help us control this input, this checker right here. How is that going to happen? I will show you in just a few minutes. All right, so there's something else too. These guys, we need to go get them. This cross and this menu. So I'll come back to my font awesome. Okay, remember the same place where we got our Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter icons from. So I'll just come right here and type menu. Okay, here we are. We have bars. Just carry this one. Okay, click it. Click it like this. It copies, right? So just come right here and paste it here. This is for the menu bars. Now for the X, that is the cancel or the close, I'll come right here and just type X for Xmas tree. Okay, yeah, so I'll just click this one, then click inside here, then of course I can paste it right here. Okay, all of these are classes they provided for us already, but I'd like to give them another class, an additional class. Let me call this open menu, open hyphen menu. Okay, then this one too, let me give it an additional class, which is close menu, close hyphen menu. Okay, so I think that's all we need from Font Awesome. Font Awesome can go away right now. So as you can see, open menu and close menu, they are visible on the website, on this web page, and it's not supposed to be like that. So what are we going to do? We're going to hide them first of all, but I'll show you how to do that. Let's go. So this is label. This is label. First of all, I'll come right here and hide label. Just type label, then display none. So I'll come, as you can see, it's no longer there. Okay, it is hidden. Why? When you're on desktop mode, the label should not be found. Open and close menu should not be there. Okay, it's when you're on mobile that you need them. Okay, when you're on mobile, that's when you need them. Okay, but already we don't have it right now, but it will soon be there. It should come in right here inside the media query, not outside. Then there's something else too. Our checker. This checker right here. Let me copy it. Okay, then come right here too. Okay, top or bottom, don't want anyone. So I just have hash checker, paste it right there. Okay, then of course I'm going to give it a Z index or a Z index of 2. A Z index of 2. So it's for a reason, which of course you'll know very soon. So this is the checker. Alright, so it controls a lot of things, but you'll see them in a very short while. So now that we are on mobile, okay, inside this media query code, the first thing you want to do is to hide all of these guys. Okay, and where do we find them? Your nav bar. Everything about nav, okay, everything about nav should be hidden. And of course, your nav, remember, your nav belongs to header. So header nav. Just watch me and follow me very closely. We have header and we have nav. Okay, so I'm going to make it display none. Okay, so as you can see, nav has disappeared, which is exactly what we want. Okay, for now, instead of the navigation bar, what we need is the menu icon. Okay, now what then happens? I can then come right here and call the menu, the label now. No? Okay, the label. All right, and this label is under the header, right? Header label. So just watch me very closely. We have header, then label. Okay, first we're going to display block, and then we're going to give it a color color of white, font size of 35 pixels. As you can see, they are right here. Okay, they are right here. But we don't need both of them. We don't need both of them at the same time. This one, when we're on the mobile screen, this one should show, and when we click it and our what do you call it now, our navigation lists, home, about us, and the rest of them are displayed, then we can use this one to close it. So we can't have both of them at the same time. That's an error. Let's go deal with that. It's not an error, actually. This is still the process. Let's go deal with this. So when we click this checker is clicked. When we unclick it again, when we click again, it disappears. Click, it's ticked. Click again, it disappears. What does that mean? It means that this guy controls the action of this checker. Now, let me show you from the code. It means that this label here controls the action of this input. All right, so let's just follow. It's going to be very clear right now. So in just a moment, all right? So that takes care of that. There's something else. Let me just do this first. Paste again, then colon hover. When I hover on it, when I hover on the label, of course the color can change to this guy. Okay, that is, when I hover on it, it should change. That is not all. Then the cursor should be pointer. The cursor should be pointer. Cursor pointer. So what does that mean? Yeah, should show a finger, right? So that takes care of that for now. Let's continue. Let us continue. All right, now when this checker, pay attention to this. When this checker is checked, this guy should disappear. When this checker is checked, this one should disappear. But before it even gets checked, as you are here, this one should not be visible. How do we deal with that? Let's see. So we're going to have header label, what did we call that? Close. Header label close menu. Okay, let me copy it. Header label close menu dot close menu. Okay, so display none. Header label dot close menu, display none. As you can see, it's gone. Okay, but when we click, something should happen. When we click, this guy should disappear, and that's other one, that close should come in, right? But before then, let's quickly do something right now. So when this is checked, we should have a new background that comes in. Okay, let me show you. So when this checker is checked, what's going to happen? When the checker, that is hash checker, has been checked, when the checker is checked, what's going to happen? Look for this. Look for this symbol on your laptop. Okay, when this checker is checked, what happens? We're going to have our header nav. We're going to have our header nav. What's going to happen to our header nav? When the checker is checked, our header nav will have a background color, of black, which is 00000. Okay, that's black. And of course too, it's going to have a z index of 3, okay, and it's going to display flex, okay, and the flex direction should as well be column. Okay, the flex direction should be column. Why is it so? I will show you from the original. They should, all the list items should stack on themselves, right? Should be arranged in this way. So that's why it is column instead of row. Okay, so that's that. All right, so this direction, column, okay, background. Then of course too, you should have a fixed position fixed, okay. Then from the top 0, from the left 0, from the right 0, and of course too from the bottom it's 0. Okay, so let's go check. Yeah, that's what we have right here. Okay, this is it. Okay, now apart from this, we're also going to have the unordered list when it is being checked. Remember, it is the checker that determines all this, right? So when it's been checked, our unordered list should also display flex. Unordered list should display flex, and of course as well, the flex direction should also be column. Important. Now, the next thing is also when the checker has been checked, it's more like an if statement, okay? If for those of you who have done a bit of JavaScript or other programming languages, so this is more like an if-else statement, right? So if the checker has been checked, okay, what happens to the list items, that is header? What happens to header, nav, list item? Or if you like, you can just put the UL first, then the list items. What happens to these ones? Okay, what happens to these ones? Before then, let me show you. As you can see, they are perfectly orderly. Okay, they are perfectly orderly. But before that, okay, let me just quickly do this first. Let's give them a margin of 40 pixels. No, a margin of 5 pixels top and bottom, then 40 pixels left and right. Okay, yeah. Okay, now it shouldn't be hanging like this, right? Yeah, I'll show you. Let's go back to the nav. For the nav, okay, we should have justify content center. Let's check that very well. Justify content center, which is this. Okay, let's increase this guy a little. Let's increase this one a little. Let's make it maybe 15 pixels top and bottom. Yeah, 15 pixels for top and bottom. That's fine. That's good enough. Okay, now the next thing we need to have is that's our X. Remember, okay? So what do we do? Let's go back again. If checker, please don't be confused. It's very easy. You need to do this over and over, but just follow every step of the way. That's how to learn, okay? Programming can be very very funny, but just push it against all odds, you'll get it. God bless you. All right, so we have this checker. If this checker is checked, okay, what happens to the guy we first made to hide, which is header label dot close menu. Let's bring it right here. Header label dot close menu. Let's copy it and paste it. Header label dot close menu. Header label close menu. What happens to this guy? Okay, this guy should display block, and of course too should have a z index of say 5. Okay, then of course should have position fixed. Okay, let's check it out. It's right here. Okay, but if I close it, it goes away. Open again, it comes back. But it's not looking, it doesn't seem fixed at this point, right? So what am I going to do? How do I take care of that? Just follow me. Okay, since we already have this guy, so this guy is no longer necessary anymore, so we can just go and delete it, and then, or just display none. Not, is it the label? No, the checker. Let's give it display none. Okay, so now that we have this, beautiful. So what do we do? This guy should come up to where the menu itself is. So what's going to happen? How do we make that happen? We just come right here and then give it a top of maybe 20 pixels. Okay, let's check again. Almost perfect. Okay, let me increase it to maybe 22 or 21. Yeah, okay, let me reload it. So this is what we have, which is very, very okay. But then again, we can't just leave these guys like this. I want to achieve these results with them. All right, so what do we do? We've gone really, really far with this tutorial. What do we do now? We can just give it not disclose. Let's come back here for all the unordered lists right here. Let's just give it border of 1 pixel solid, and then what's that color again? This is it. I'll copy it, and then for the unordered list, okay, for the list items, border 1 pixel solid, and this ED7534. Okay, so I'll come here. Okay, but doesn't look perfect to me. What do we do? I will tell you. Let's go. Okay, so what's gonna happen? Each of them should have a padding of maybe 5 pixel top and bottom. Then okay, maybe if I just leave it at 5%, 5 pixel rather. Not cool enough. Let me give it 15. Yeah, this is it. No, 15 is too much. I can give it 12. 12. Yeah, 12 is perfect. But I think this line is a little, this space is a little too much. So I can as well go to this place for the margin now. Margin top and bottom, I can change it to 10. Okay, so it closes better. So that is there. So already our web page is almost ready. Almost ready. If I change this, if I try to adjust it, as you can see, yeah, it's almost ready. Almost ready. So it remains all those guys. Let's go make them, give them the size they should have so that we can have it perfectly complete. So let's continue. Back to responsive. Okay. Yep. So for the F1, or is it F2? That's this guy here. That's article H2. Sorry, I called it F1. For the article H2, where is it? This is it. In fact, let me just copy everything plus the p tag too. Yep. So the article H2, I can delete this one. This doesn't help. Okay. Then for this one, the font size, let's remove this 50 and give it 35. Give it 35. Every other thing should be normal. Yeah. But there's something else too about this one. About this percentage. Where is it? This width, let's change it to 100. 100. The problem has not been solved. Okay, so we can go straight to the article itself. Go straight to the article itself, that is the div, the article div. Article. Yeah, remember it's 55% width, right? So let's go change it. Let me just copy it so I don't have to type too much. Okay, so let me come right here, paste it right here. Very well. So the width, let's change it to 100. Okay. Okay. Now there's a problem. We can then adjust this guy. We can adjust the H2 now. We can adjust the H2. The H2 can become maybe 80. Yeah, that should be normal. Very well. Okay. Let me make this 90. Okay. Yeah, so it's perfect now. It's very perfect now. Yeah, it's perfect now. Then for this one as well, we can just maybe we should shift it, or at this point the choice is yours. Okay, all right, but for me I think this could go a little higher. This should go a little higher. Okay, or just increase the percentage a little, just a bit. That is for the p tag now. The percentage, I can make it maybe 95. Maybe 95. Yeah, so it's just perfect right now. So this is exactly what we want. So my friends, we now have our complete responsive, fully responsive hero section for our website. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.